Hello, hello, hello. I am working on, let's see, what day is it? Oh my gosh. Game dev day, I think it's like 285? 290? It's so much a guess lately. Um, I've been trying to get my play editor working. And it's kind of, I mean, it is working. And I'm creating plays, but I'm also trying to create more plays and more plays and more plays. Not like hundreds, but just a dozen or two, you know, and it takes time. And it's not just about creating the plays, it's partially about creating real plays and getting the game to have the functionality to be able to support those plays. Okay, so it's it's not just it's not just about getting the game to have those plays, but it's got to have the actions and definitions required to make those plays functional. And so here it is. I'm working on. Well, this is just this place. This is a video. I guess they kind of have a variety of plays. And again, I'm learning stuff. I'm going to be able to be a coach in football before long because I'll know everything. Okay, maybe not. I don't know if I plan to do that anytime soon, but maybe I'll be good at my game when I'm done with it, or at least have an idea what kind of defenses to use and why and what. So I've been watching a lot of defense, a lot of offense, learning the play designs, what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to function, just the inner workings of them. But also in doing that and understanding what kind of things I need my game to support, right? I mean, in order for it to have some function, some depth to it. Now, I'm putting in the basically its support capabilities. I fully whoa, where's the heck? I don't act. Well, okay, I don't actually expect my game to have all these fully functional at the gate, at least not immediately. Um, but because I have to keep plugging them in, it's functionality that I'm gonna have to say, okay, well, I've got these features in the game, or I've got these stubs in the game that say, hey, I got a weak side and strong side. Well, what's that mean to the game? What that means is the players got to know, kind of have to line up on defense, right? So it's going to have a variety of things that need to happen during the game for these kind of things to take place. Well, one of the things is I'm starting to read and starting to learn that there's different kinds of zones, not just zone. There's zone coverage, but the problem with that is, okay, so I was trying to figure out how do I render this in my play editor. How do I mark that this guy's a zone uh, coverage? And ultimately, I was like, I don't have a way to do. Weird. I don't know why that popped up. Anyway, so I don't really have a way to do zone coverage. Other than just to say zone, which is to say, what is a zone? I mean, zone is you cover an area of the field, but what is that area, right? So do I just say zone and this guy's going to just stand there and try to cover whatever's in his area? But what's his area? It could be giant, could be small. Maybe he's supposed to not move. Does he only cover like a little bit, a big? So in learning about plays, that's because they have different size zone coverages. They have zone, they have deep, intermediate, short. Um, they have quarter, third, half. So you might be expected to cover larger areas of a field in width or in length. That's the shape of your zone coverage. Well, I don't have that. I have no way of creating the shape of my zone coverage. And so I had to do some research. And now, as it turns out, if I want to have zone that's practical or functional on my play editor, as well as what are my guys going to do when they're told to cover zone, and they have a zone setup, I have to actually put in their zone setup. So what that means is I'm going to have to do something like I think it's like 5 or 6. I don't remember. See, I have it note down. 3, 6 is 9 possible zones that I want to try to put in. So let's see, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yikes. Okay, so, oh, did it not put them all in? Okay, there they are. Okay, so yeah. So I have my strong and weak, so that'll tell the player where he's supposed to line up, which does have an effect because, I mean, they might come out to the field in a spot, but that means they have to adjust based on what the offense does, and that's what the strong or weak will tell them what to do. So the next step is to kind of come down here and start creating my possible zone coverages, which we'll just, I guess we'll go with the basics. Deep, I'm going to say a deep 4, which is going to be, it could be, I guess it could be anybody on the defense. So we'll just go see, well, safeties, free safeties, linebackers, and corners. And then this is going to be deep 1/4. I'm gonna actually put in zone here, and then covers 1/4 width. Long zone. All right, so then we're going to go down here, and we're going to call this a deep 3. And we're going to go down here, and we're going to say covers 1/3 width, long zone. I'm going to have to put in some extra information here too, because let's see, this is going to be a deep 1/3 zone, but I'm going to have to start adding an extra value. I'm going to have to go I'm going to put this in. I don't know how this is going to work. Zone area. I don't know how this is a zone area. I can't. I don't know how to render this because it's actually, we're going to have to do width. I'm going to have to say zone, let's say zone width. And we're going to call this okay, so what is 53 divided by 2.5? Alexa, what's 53 divided by 2.5?
53 divided by 2.5 equals 21.2.
Okay, so basically I have 21 squares across the field. So that's about 5. That's why it says 5 to 6. So let's go, let's say 6. We'll just make them, well, 6 is going to be 24. That's a lot. I could do a 5.5. I mean, it is just a circle area. I don't know. Let's just say 5. 5. And then we're going to have zone depth equals 12. We'll go with 12. All right. Now, that needs to be commas. And these again are just going to be these are for image rendering. It's kind of also telling you where to go, but come on, write it down. Let's not be slow. So the zone width on this is going to have to be 7. And this is also 12. And then we're going to have deep 2. Go 1/2 zone. Let's see, 1/2 is going to be 10, I guess. Zone depth, same thing. That's a lot of depth. I mean, that's a big freaking area. If you're responsible for half the field in width and in length, you really are just a couple of guys deep hoping to cover. Now, granted, you're pretty far back on the field, so it makes kind of sort of sense that you might be able to cover that area because there's, you know, you can have other guys underneath. The idea is that you're covering deep, so only guys that are really breaking away. This is like safety type thing, right? Because the corners are not going to be able to cover that. That's too much. Even in zone coverage, they can cover a narrower space. Like they'll cover the length along the sides. That goes pretty far. This way the safeties and the free safety can do a 1/4 in the back. So they're gonna have your corners here, and then you have your safeties here, and your linebackers taking up what's in the middle. It's kind of prevent defense, right? Prevent you from winning. So gonna have, you know, I gotta have what we can. But all right, so that's the deeps. Now there's curl, flat, hook, and hook seam, which are basically the intermediate short zones. Well, there's short hook, short curl. I know technically those are, I know technically those are the terms you're supposed to use, but I feel like it's too much. I don't know. Oh, did I not get all? I only have it only gave me the 3, even though I did a bunch, but apparently it didn't feel so inclined to give them all to me. Okay, so I only did 3. I need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 5. Oh, I don't know why it's so slow. I have something that's like constantly causing me problems. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. We're gonna go ahead and, all right, so we have this one. And we'll go ahead and drop in so here's the thing. It's kind of like there's a middle zone. Oh, gosh. Let's see, a curl flat should be 7. And depth 3 to 5. A flat 2 to 3. Oh, I see. Yeah. Seven, 7, 5, 5, 7, 3, 5. and then we'll say, why 3.5? 4? All right, let's do it. I guess to me, I'm trying to find the common denominator in these potential values. Let's look at this this expert. So he's got all these things here. That's great. Best football play drawing software on the market. I mean, I'm sure it's great, but I'm not drawing. I mean, I'm just trying to get concepts out of it. I'm not, it's very cool though. See, I can't read these though. They're too tiny.
Empty formation with the tight end open, and you can flip it. Now, we don't have the coaching points in. We're going to go back and put the coaching points in for 4, 3 under all at once. So here's how you're going to find it. When you go to the dashboard, you're going to go to defense. And when you go to defense, I think a lot of you still are having trouble finding this. A lot of you are going down here, and that's a lot of the sub stuff and pressure stuff. But if you go to defensive builder and click on that, you're going to be in a situation where at some point there's a method to our madness. You'll be able to go in and choose whatever front you want. We've got to obviously get a bare front end, a solid front end, cover up the center, and 2 guards. Then you'll be able to choose whatever coverage you want with it. And once you choose the coverage that you want with it, then you're going to be able to come in and choose whatever formation, whether it be 2 backs, wings, bunch, or whatever. And when you do that, you're going to be looking at a diagram that has.
See, they have like curl flat, hook curl, curl flat. So curl flat is kind of an outside, and hook curl is kind of an inside, it looks like. And I don't know, I feel like it's outside zone. I mean, why not just say outside zone? I mean, is it just because hook curl flat looks better? I mean, a flat is a flat. These are the routes, right? You're covering routes that are either coming in, or they're doing a curl, or they're doing a flat. A flat is usually running to the outside. So it'd be like if the tight end came out and just ran across the field. So your job would be to cover that, because the corner is dropping way back here. So he's not going to be able to cover these short underneath things. That's what your curl flat is. But he's kind of dropping back. So he's taking the deeper curl, but he also has to come down and be ready to fall into the flat. And I think that's why this guy's also covering kind of a curl hook. Hooks are like if they're coming into the center, but he's also got to be looking for maybe these 2 guys, one runs a flat out and then he zips down the field. So he's got to take the flat out, and then he's going to have to come over and take whatever is not covered. But they have the strong side here. This is the tight end, the Y. So he's taking any curl flat that this tight end might do, but maybe the tight end decides to bolt, and he shoots down the field. But you're hoping your guys, are set up. Ultimately, these guys in the middle might be looking for these halfback and fullback to do some kind of little run route. So it's again trying to come up with the kind of, all this is saying is these are the kind of routes you're looking for, curls and flat outs. Or a hook and a curl, but ultimately they're all looking for the same kind of play. I don't know what the difference between a curl and a hook is. I think a curl and a hook are the same thing, essentially. They're just where they are in the field, whereas a hook tends to be a little bit more. I mean, like you got curl, curl, curl. All these are curls, right? And a curl is basically, I think, a turnaround that isn't sharp, whereas I think a hook is a sharp I don't know. I don't remember. Is a hook sharp or a curl sharp? I think a hook is sharp. So a hook, you might go out and then you come back at a little bit of an angle, like you come back to the quarterback, kind of a diagonal. Whereas a curl is kind of like a, you're kind of doing this bit. I could be wrong. Again, as much as I feel like I know about football, I don't know as much as I thought about football. So, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a football expert. I'll get this, no problem. I have all the knowledge right here. Yeah, I'm finding less and less so. I'm constantly picking up new things on what football is all about, and these plays are definitely a learning experience for me. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so let's keep moving. Let's see if I can get a couple more plays. And now, I did manage to create a few plays and then have AI generate a few plays for me, and it actually did sort of okay. I say that because it's sort of okay means it created legit plays on offense. On defense, it kind of was a The biggest problem was it didn't understand, with defense, how to move the players, I guess. On offense, it did just fine. In fact, I was like, how's it moving these players in a curl like that? Because my field doesn't really, my editor doesn't support curves. I don't know, because the grids are 2.5 yard squares. So any turn is going to look like a box because they're not fine enough to not be that. But it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You're generally moving more than one box, or you're doing a curl, or you're doing a sharp, and it's going to be diagonal or whatever, but it's going to be pretty straightforward. Now, I was looking to see if maybe it was putting in decimals for my grid coverage, which it could be, but I was looking, it didn't. I didn't see any, or at least I didn't notice any that were decimals. It could be some. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I have my play editor right here, and we'll make that a little bit bigger. Why is that so far off the field? Okay, so this is my play editor, and if I go to my run plays or my offensive plays, and then I go to these are some of the ones that it produced. See, it almost, well, I guess it is kind of sharp, but it actually did pretty good, and it actually has some of my offensive lineman pull, which is kind of cool, and it has my QB rolling out. So I did a couple good things there, and it basically has them set them up just like I said. They need to have a snap target and a pitch, and then I'm guessing this guy's got a receive. Yep. So he moves out. Basically, the quarterback and the running back move this way. QB hands him the ball, and then he cuts back over this direction. But you can see that it's actually did pretty good job. Now, here we just have the direction each player is blocking, which did pretty good. Block left, and it's just block. I do have straight up blocks. It just means they're just going to go out there and hit them. And we got block left. Everybody here is doing block left. Now, how am I doing? Am I going to create plays for left and right? I don't know. I mean, are they separate? I mean, are plays generally left and right? I guess they'd have to be, huh? Because you don't want to be confusing the issue. But, I mean, do you just flip a play is all I'm saying. Is it as simple as that? I mean, do you really need to keep them separate? I mean, a flip could be an audible, but I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of besides the point. All right, so let's go look at some passes. It did create me some passes. So these are curls. It put these guys in as curls. Hookup is the type of response, right? So it's kind of dependent on once you've hit the end of your route, your choice is to try to decide where the coverage is. If the coverage is covering you shallow here, you might turn and kind of go up. If the coverage is covering you kind of deep, then you're going to come in and you're going to hover down here. You're going to try to settle in low. A lot of these guys are probably doing the same thing. So he's actually doing a settle, which basically he just kind of come out. So these two guys are going to basically, he's going to move based on what the defender's doing, and he's doing the same thing. But it's kind of cool. He's going to drop back to pass. I don't know what he's doing. He's just blocking. And interestingly enough, it doesn't do things like, and this is what the computer AI actually derived for me, which is kind of cool. Like now, some of these plays up here, these ones I did, all these up to here, and then these ones down here were all created by the AI. So you can see it's doing some interesting actions. Pass block, block right. So it's like the idea here, I think, is this is a screen. Yeah, okay. So these guys are pulling in order to create blocking to pass to the receiver. Now, I have to come up with a way. The way I was doing it is first play on the read is priority 1. So he's the guy you're going to throw to as your first choice, right? So if it's a screen as your first choice, then technically he should be 1. The yellow is the first choice, right? So that's the way it's currently set up. So W4 is actually set up as the number 1 receiver. I don't know why, but that's just the way the AI did it. So yeah, there's some little. It is really dark in here, and it is bugging me. It's making me sleepy. It's like, no, go away, stop it. Anyway, so yeah, let's finish making these plays. Okay, so or these zone types. We're gonna go. So we have curl flat. It's too long, man. I don't know. Let's do this. CF. And then we're going to go curl flat zone. And then we're going to go here. See if me. Oh, nope. Didn't do what it's supposed to. I need to put this in here. Now there are other types of things I'm sure I have to worry about, but for now. Okay, why did that? Oh. So I continue to move slowly forward. So this is basically for marking the visual aspect of these things, though. So it's, you know, so if I have CF hook seam guess I don't have to have these all capital. Hook. Ugh. Hook seam zone. Hook zone. And then flat. Flat zone. Short hook and short curl. SH. Short hook zone. Short curl zone. What happened? Oh, I'm missing a quote. I killed my quote. Let's see. I guess I could say hook. Alright, now I gotta put in the dimensions. Okay, so CF dimension is width 7. And we'll put in 4 here to make things happy. I don't want to be too picky here. Having a random width 3 to 5, not gonna fly, man. I'm not doing random widths for this. Hook zone is a 7, yeah. But the width is going to be 4. Well, it's a 4 also. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's see if that's... So 11 is half, 4 is a third. Medium. Depth. Zone coverage. And then we'll go... This is also a medium depth zone coverage. So let's go medium depth. And then this one is 7.4. Alright, not medium depth. It's the same size, but this is a middle inside zone coverage depth. Or middle zone coverage. How about middle? Now, hook seam, hook seam is a smaller inside coverage, I guess, sort of. It's more, covers more flat area or more length. Hook seam. And then we'll just say for this one, it's going to be a 5. And we'll put this one in as 5.6. Wider, inside, wider, medium. Inside zone, middle zone, and then we got flat. This is a wider. Outside zone coverage. And this is going to be flat zone, and it's going to be the same basic size. 5. No, it's actually not. This is short zone. 3. Okay, we got a short hook zone. And the short hook zone is going to be 7 and 3 also. Or 7, 3. 7, 3, and then we've got this guy who's going to be width 7 and 3. All right. So we got short hook. This is a short zone, short outside zone. No, this one's short flat. Yeah, short outside zone. Short. Oh, I don't know. Short hook, short curl. Okay. Well, which one is it? Let's see what the difference is. What is the difference between a hook and a curl? Hook, inside zone, outside zone. No, I mean, as far as rods go. In terms of pass rods. A straight stem route where the receiver stops, turns back to the QB is a hook route. Curl, a vertical stem with an outside or inside bend. Okay. Okay, then what is a button? Okay, button is essentially a hook route, but with very specific coaching point. Button equals vertical stem, hard stop, tight pivot back to QB. It's called a button because the receiver pushes the defender's button, drives straight out, and forces him to turn or bail, then snaps back. Button or hook. Button, very tight, sharp pivot, usually 5 to 7 yards. Hook, same idea, but can be deeper and doesn't require the same sharp pivot. So a button and a hook are the same. Straight up, stop, turn back. Curl, vertical, slide outside, inside lean, rounded, curl back. Short, sharp, quick stop route. Okay, so basically it's a short hook. I mean, yeah, it's a tomato. Hook and button are kind of the same thing. I knew there was a button, and sometimes I think they're even called button hooks. I think I remember them being called that. I could be wrong, but I think they're. It's a very slight distinction, I guess. A button just has to be sharper. It's like turn back, whereas hook is like that turn back. I don't know, something like that. That's the way it explained it. Okay, so when they say hook curl, it's kind of the same. So we got a hook and a curl zone, but this is a short outside. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Short outside zone coverage, medium depth, and this is a short inside zone coverage. And see, this is one of those things that kind of has me debating how I want to call these, because I don't care about the hook and the curl names. I just want to describe them and what are they. So it's kind of like it's creating this grid. Now, I like the idea of using ovals, but because it looks better on the field. But I mean, I guess technically rectangles work too. But I do like the idea of putting them on the field and having a grid layout for that. So now I need to let's get AI to fix this for me quick. Let's save this. Can you update the import for route action types dash c dash json to include the newly added zone width and zone depth that should be pretty small. It's just got to update the types, the type file, and then create it, and then add those to the store process when it calls and imports it into the database. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I would imagine it's fairly quick, but I need to have these extra zone things so that I can add them to my players. Plus, I think there's a couple of things I want to do to my UI, AVDD, Tuni. What is it? AI, UI, UX, AIT. Anyway, so we need to create, I need to make this more visible because I'm starting to make my actions, they're starting to have 3 words, which is going to make this a little bit of a bid. So a little bit of an issue. So let's try this. Let's see. Add actions. Huh? What do you mean? Oh. Alright. So it's whatever this guy is. I think he's too narrow. Class name size 15. Select route action ref. Size 15. I think 15 is that my width? That seems a little. Is it? Oh, here we go. With 60%. Because it's only a third. So what's the other third? Item center justify, left center justify. Play name. Oh, that's on top, 2/3. Set to prevent overflow horizontal scroll. This is radio. Oh, that's that. That's 1/3 and 2/3. That's like. Oh, okay. So we're going the other way. So this is 1/3 going down. Play definition. And then we got. My actions. And play back on relative border. A lot of stuff. Formation. So this is going to be my. Oh, these are hard width pixels. Dang it. I don't want it to be hard width. Because it's not consistent. I mean, I get that it kind of sort of needs to be, but let's see if I can change this width. Let's say 250. Oh, no, don't want that one. Is that my field? I don't want that narrower. I like that's being sized out like that, but that means, let's see what happens if I just set the width. Cause see, this is only a third, but I don't know if it's a third. What is this here? Value handle, reset, select position. Class name. Filter component, unit filter. Huh. So there should be, right before this somewhere, should be like, oh, maybe that's it. Huh. %. What if I change this thing and go up to like 70%? It flinched. Didn't do much though. Does that mean if I take this off, nothing happens? Kinda. I wanted that to get wider, but that doesn't seem to be capable of it. So that must be this one, is the route definition. It's already justify. End. Order. If I made this guy 250. Let's see if that one does it. It did kind of shrink, but it's not justify. I don't know what justify end is. What the heck is justify end? Aha, that's better. That'll give me room to, I don't know what end means, but I want my middle actions to be wider. So the question is, how? Is this 15? Oh, nope, that's length. I don't want to do that. Though it could be a little bit more. What if I go, oh, 20? Nope. 16? It's not much, but it gives me a little bit more, right? There we go. Dang. All right, so I need that one to be wider, though. And the percent doesn't seem to be doing nothing. It's not making it any wider. I need it wider. How about if I go 75 here and see what that does? Yeah, nothing's happening. Nothing is happening, my friends. We are not getting closer to the side. Play background. This is the one I want, but where's the alignment on this guy? Border. What if I go do the same thing? Was it layout right? Just justify right. Justify right. Right justify. Justify dash no? Do not like that? How about end? Nope. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know the intricacies of this delicate little bushes. It's just a little bit more delicate than I'm used to, my friends. Gonna get this down the hard way. But that's the size of my background, but we are not. We are not getting this puppy to just. I don't want to make this one bigger, but I want to make this one bigger. Style? Do I try to change the style of this guy? Style could help. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, style helped with the bottom one. Play definition. But does this change anything? What if I go to 60? Does that at least make it bigger? It did make that one a little bigger. Alright. So I do want a little bit more room there, so that's good. I'm trying to manipulate my entire area here. I need to get more on. So what if I go down here, and in the same way I have the class name on there, let's just do the same thing here. I don't think that's doing anything, man. Ah, that did it. That made things stretch out. Gave me some breathing space there. But I feel like there's space on the right that we're not using here. And how come things aren't shifting over the other way? Is it because I am not allowing it? So, alright, what is this guy's div covered? That's the whole play definition. And this guy is the play. This is the setup where we choose the radio. We have everything over here is in this one. And this guy is, I don't know why it's width of 98%. 98% of what? What if I set this guy to only be like 30%? Because that's everything, right? Ooh, that's everything. Oh. Oh. That's not supposed to be. I don't want that. That's everything. Yeah, 98 is going to have to be it then. Alright, so that means this guy. What is this one? Oh, what the heck is this thing in the middle? That's 1/3. How come I have so many thirds? I think I have too many thirds. Because I have, this guy is 1/3, which I can't read it, dang it. Because when you do that. Alright, so if I do this guy's 1/3. And then this thing is 2/3. So unless that's everything else, which it is not, that means I've got a 1/3, a 1/3, and a 2/3, which is 4/3. Somebody's getting more 30ness than they deserve. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Filtered component. What are we filtering? Show component, filter component, unit filter. Why is unit filter down here? The unit filter is that offense defense on the very top. Which feels like it's not supposed to be the right thing. Because wouldn't that be up here? It's a radio input. Offense. Why? Why? Why is... Why is that up there? Is it not showing? I mean, why is it a... Why is that there? Is there a visible component to this even? I take this out. No, I mean, I'm going to put it back. I just got to know what it's doing. Oh, it's the entire... It's that entire space. Alright, so if that's a third, and that's a third, what the heck is this? Are they like in different plans? Yeah, that's just the offense and defense option buttons right there. But they are taking up a third of their space, but a third of the width of the system. But they're not actually lined up to each other. So where is the save and everything? Is that this thing? No, it is. Alright, so that's the top. Oh, so this is basically the top row. This whole thing is the top row. And then we're down here, and that's a third. And this should be, what, 2/3? Or the rest? Yeah, 2/3. Okay, so it's 1/3 and 2/3. And by being justify left, it should have a lot more space, though. I mean, what if I said, let's try something. We're going to go 25%. And then we're going to go down here. I'm trying not to do pixels because it's too constraining. And then this guy, which is the actual background of the game. I don't know what 13 rem is, but we are going to try and say width 50%. Then we're going to take this out. Oh, I do kind of want that fixed, though. I mean, it kind of has to be fixed so that it always fits. Whew, that did not work at all. How come? So even though I told it to go 50%, it chose not to. It's like it's going some kind of minimum. I tell you, man. So, does it matter what percentage I put this at then? Because it's supposed to be like, don't want. I don't understand is why my field refuses to go to the right. There's a lot of space on the right, but it refuses to go to the right. It's just crowding out everything. Why isn't it using the whole space? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why? What is going on here? Because, yeah, it's driving me bonkers. All right, so we got 1/3 and 2/3. 1/3 is that whole space. That's all this. And then this is supposed to be the rest. Justify. That's the whole thing, though. Everything. Because this is just the filtering zone, so this is the entire space. It should go all the way out to about here at the end of Play Editor. I don't know why it is not. Why is it not going to the end of the Play Editor? I have the first part taking up 1/3, which is fine. All right, let's get Copilot in on this.
There's nothing currently playing to skip.
What the heck? Alexa. Okay. Having issues with layout here. Line 193 to 196 is hard-coded width for the play area, which is fine, but I need it to align right within the 2/3 of the width screen, parent div it's taking up. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, there's definitely some weirdness here. I'm hoping that AI knows how to do it, and then I can read it and go, oh, that's how you did it. So I can, that light bulb can come on for me, because there's so many places where you can set. Again, this is a 1100 page file, and I hate things that big. It's almost like I think I would like to have maybe like a component that breaks out all of the play editor stuff into its own. That might be better. Have its own, like have a I don't know, play editor. I don't know. There's got to be a way to do it. Component. Did it make a change? Aha, it did it. So, okay, so it properly aligned it to the right, which is fine. What I'd like to do is I maybe even use that space for something, but for now, I just want to I want to be able to read my stuff better. Stop. So let's go see what it did. So let's see. It changes the class name. It really, that all it did? It made one little tiny itsy bitsy change. It just changed that to ML Auto. But how did that? Okay, how does ML Auto align it to the right? Oh, maybe it's margin left or max left. I think ML is probably margin left, so sit on the left margin or something. No, that would be left to be the other side though. Okay, I don't know what ML stands for. I am confused. What does ML and ML Auto stand? Margin left, auto, ML equals margin left. The auto left margin pushes the element to the right, commonly used inside the flex grid. So basically, it's forcing all of the margin available to be on the left side for that item. That's all I can. That's how I'm going to read that. Oh, is there like, where's the keep here? Oh, there it is. Okay. See, that's learning that stuff is crazy. I don't know, man. All right, so now let's see if I can get these guys to percent wise move their tushkas over. I don't want these to be pixel widths. I want them to take up as much space as they practically can. So let's say, well, it can't be 50. Let's do 50%. I don't know. 50% seems like a lot, but 50% and 50%. I don't know. 50 seems like a lot when there's supposed to be something else on the field, but or on the page. Oh wow, check that out. Actually worked. Seems like a bit much though. How come 50 and 50? How come that one is smaller? They're the same width. All right, let's ask. So, why are the divs on 1109 and on 1129 showing as different width when they both have W? 50%. Hey, Karama, how you doing, man? Prevent shrinking. If inside flex and you want them to share available space equally, use class name flex1. Oh, am I doing something? Oh, flexing. I'm flexing. And one of them doesn't do no flexing. That's the thing. One does no flexing and one does some flexing. Flex none. Flex one on each child and remove flex one. All right, so let's try flex one. Let's try flex one. And we'll take that off. And we'll do the same thing here. Flex. Oh, well, no. Not quite. That put them underneath each other. Flex. That's why. That's right. I remember Flex now. Flex. I remember you. You were the turkey who stacks everybody. Stacks everything up. Yeah, that didn't work. Flex one does not work, as implementing that forces put two divs to stack. All right, so that didn't work. All right, so what else could I do? Parent doesn't have enough width to place both side by side, so items wrap. Prevent wrapping with flex no wrap, or give each child defined width, or flex none. Well, okay, so the problem it's saying then is, yeah, but if they're both flex one, I thought it just said available space. There's so many things. Look at that. Flex, use flex row, or MR1, flex 1, flex MR1, flex none with half box border. I mean, why are there so many freaking ways to do this? I mean, there should just be one. Either do it or don't. Shiminy criminy. Why are there so many ways? So it ain't flex. Flex is not my answer, unless there's something else I'm missing. Make parent a flex row and give children equal halves. Class name equals flex. Flex row with 50%. Well, all right, can't you just look at the loaded page? You know what? Maybe it's because I'm using stupid PT. Let's go. Let's try a different Claude. Let's try Claude 4.5. Just look at the loaded page. Play definition. And do I not have an ID for action selection? Guess not. ID equals route action list. definition and route action list need to equally share the remaining space within the 2/3 of the parent not taken up by the play background, which is currently perfectly sized position. However, it is currently stacked. However, they are incorrectly stacked, not side by side. Let's see if AI can. It actually is taking up everything correctly right now, but they just need to do it side by side and not stacked. Let's see what this does. It is such a big file. I want it not to be such a big file. I gotta break this up somehow. All right, let's see what it did. So if I say keep, well, first let's look at what it did. All right, flex none W1/2 box border. Flex none W1/2 box border. Getting rid of the W full. And we're getting rid of the no, or we're adding a no wrap to the parent, and we're doing it as a row. Okay. It worked. We're fixed. We have a better thing now. Okay. Now I don't know what happens if I resize, but I'm imagining it should change a little bit. It does. I mean, it's not pretty when it gets too squished, but it does function. Good deal. Good deal, Mahil. I can read it now. Because I'm adding some items to my action list, so it's getting a little bit more complicated. So I got to make sure I have the ability to see and read what they are. So if I add one of my other list items, hopefully it'll, because I added some new zone width and zone depth properties to my route actions. So let's see how these work. Holy moly. Oh wow. Oh, time for me to take a break from the streaming bit. So oops, did it not? It didn't finish. I didn't realize. I thought it was done. I asked it to do that hours ago. Well, how it uses them. So what I'm doing is just adding different zone types so that I can, really the idea is to have more detailed zones. So I'm going to get rid of what amounts to the generic zone coverage. There's a zone. Oops. There is a zone coverage up here somewhere. Line up, blah, blah, blah. Move, release, bump, block, kick, punt, zone. So this one, it's going to be a little bit more generic. I'm getting rid of that. So we don't have rack zone anymore. Which means I may have broke some files because I need it to be more specific on the types of zones it's going to put in. So I created I actually had AI, pretty smartly in fact, create some defensive plays for me. It actually read my format, how I designed my play formats, and I told it, hey, read this for these plays I created, and then generate me some new plays so that I don't have to go through and create them all myself. And it actually did a pretty good job in doing just that. However, so like I do want zone, but that's fine for play type groups. But what we don't have is, I wonder if I'm still calling zone in here. Oh, it does. Yeah, so these are going to have to change. No, come on. Just do it, man. Cogitating. Oh, so what I'll probably have to do is have it read my route actions and see if I can have it replace all the rack zones with actual zone coverages, so it's a little bit more clean. Let's see if it can do that. I have a create some plays, so I'm hoping it can reference that and update those. So we're going to, let's just close all these guys. Doink, 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 and doink. Now we're gonna go doink. All right, so hopefully it's updated this, and now we're gonna go here, and we're gonna say, okay, can you reference your play sources and then update these plays, replacing rack zone the generic zone action, zone defense action with more appropriate specific zone coverage is defined in the route action types JSON. C.json. And it'll be pretty much all these guys. And weak / strong Definitions. RAC underscore strong and RAC underscore weak should be the second action in the player's list when required, as it tells the player where to adjust their starting position. Oh, you know what I was just thinking? Ah. It's kind of difficult to write the play definition for, like, so the guy's supposed to run in and go towards the quarterback, right? But you can't draw that if you don't know where the guy's going to stand. Oh well, we'll work on it later. Let's just see what this does. These are the key route actions. From the seed file to use in the update. See what it does. All right, well, I'm going to sign off for a bit. I need to eat some food and, I don't know, take a break because I've been doing this too long for today. And then I'll be back. I'll be back again tonight. Yep, I'm just cranking away. Now, whether or not I stream has a lot to do with what exactly I'm working on at that moment. But for now, you take it easy. God bless.